Oh, what the hell?
Look at Dan.
Now, the very important thing I told my daughter and granddaughters, no serious guys in your 30s.
Okay.
Right?
No what?
No serious guys in your 30s.
I'll keep that in mind. At least.
What? Why in the world would you do that? And yeah, you do realize what he was named in his own son's phone as an official contact, right? Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. This is Luke Rudowski here of WeAreChange.org. And man, oh man, are things getting creepy out there, and only a lot more creepier. And not that good for the majority of Americans that are about to face some very significant upheavals and problems coming our way that we're going to be documenting in this particular broadcast. Interest rates are up, and it looks like groceries are about to become a lot more expensive. We'll tell you why. This as Elon Musk is put on a hit list, as he also just flip-flopped as the world faces the brink of nuclear annihilation. Yes, not something that's hyperbolic. It's something that, again, is becoming normalized by the day, which is utter and insane lunacy, in my opinion. Lots of very interesting geopolitical updates, specifically from China. We're going to be talking about that, plus a lot more. But before we begin, the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast looks like it's from Drew Hernandez. Has his tag here. I don't know if he's responsible for this. Turning Points USA also has their thing in there. I don't know. Maybe. I think it's this gentleman who shot this footage with Creepy Joe, once again making a child feel uncomfortable as he goes right into her personal space, gets a couple sniffs in, and then literally tells her, no serious guys until you're 30. What? And again, Biden publicly addressed this scandal in 2019, and he said, hey, I'm going to respect people's personal space. As today, the madman lunatic tried to do it again with this latest clip, as of course, he went in again for another sniff. Look at that! Why? Why are you doing this? And I think it's fair to say when you're in politics for that long, you're around some really nasty, nefarious, disgusting human beings that probably are up to some really horrible things that we can't even mention here on this broadcast. That's just my speculation. This says, of course, Joe Biden's fiscal and social policies here domestically in the United States have been wreaking havoc and making everyone feel uncomfortable, as is being revealed that nearly 8% of people living in San Francisco and Seattle are planning to leave those major metropolitan areas because of the skyrocketing drug dens, homelessness, and of course criminality that is being excused by district attorneys that have been put in there by unaccountable billionaires. All a part of a larger plan, a larger scheme, a larger agenda that of course you are dealing with the larger ramifications of. Who's paying the price for a lot of these policies? You are. A lot of these district attorneys are just puppets, and they are deliberately making sure that crime, lawlessness, and chaos arises, which in my opinion is a part of a larger plan that the billionaires financing this will be profiting off of in the next coming years. All of this as life is becoming more and more unbearable, especially in some of the most crime-ridden cities of them all, like Chicago, that has seen some of the biggest rent increases in this entire country. Not only do you have to dodge and inhale bullets, but also landlords now, as we're getting reports that rent increased in that city 23.9% on average. All of this as owning a home is becoming more and more unattainable for the majority of Americans. This as mortgage rates have hit their 20-year high to the tune of 6.92%, which means banks are lending out less money, people are buying less homes, as of course life is becoming more expensive, and it looks like it will become even more expensive as Kroger is right now in discussions with a major rival supermarket, Albertson, that could see them become a $47 billion mega grocer, essentially making them a very strong monopoly, which of course essentially means that prices usually would go up because of this, as of course there's less free market competition in order for that not to happen. But don't worry, as you'll never be able to afford a home, as rent is becoming more expensive, as food is becoming less competitive, don't worry, you of course will have the bugs that are already being given out to children in 1,000 schools in Australia and being right now rolled out in the Netherlands. Two governments, by the way, that are, of course, lockstep and barrel with the World Economic Forum, with this latest video highlighting the program that is literally forcing school children to eat mealworms. All of this in the name of sustainability, while, of course, big conglomerate multinational corporations are literally setting up a digital Orwellian social credit score where literally you will be paying with your face, your palm, and other physical recognition systems that will essentially make you try to live a life of a peasant that will be beholden to the whims of unaccountable multinational corporations that will control almost every aspect of your existence. But hey, there's just one possibility, unless, of course, we get the word out, and one amazing way to get the word out very easily is through, of course, t-shirts, like the one I'm wearing right now, and the ones that you could exclusively get on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. This is our own website. We just released a number of shirts this week, including one that says being happy and healthy is a revolutionary act. Another one that's a little bit more fresh, but goes along with our intro video. And, of course, the one that I'm wearing right now that says don't nuke me, bro. Which, as you're going to be learning, I think it's a very important message. But again, t-shirts are still one of the only few ways that we could get important messaging out there without any fear of online big tech censorship. There's a couple shirts here that we can't show you. There's another shirt we released that says no master and no slaves that literally is going to be raising money for the Johnny Hurley Foundation. If you don't know who Johnny Hurley is, please check out our last video. We did a full on-the-ground report in Arvada, Colorado with, of course, Johnny Hurley's friends. He's an amazing individual. And if you buy his shirt, all the profits will directly be going to his foundation, which we're going to be donating to. And whether you're looking to make new friends, whether you're looking to spark conversations, this is the perfect way to do this, the perfect way of introducing lazy activism to the general public that will make them think, that might make them laugh, that might make some people a little perturbed. But if they're censoring our messages on the online digital space, let them know that they can't censor us everywhere, and the perfect way to do that is, of course, these t-shirts on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. And if you're just bored, scroll through the amazing plethora of shirts that we have available for you guys here on our t-shirt store. And again, everything here is laid out in categories, whether you're looking for women's shirts, tank tops, hoodies, you name it. We got it. All exclusively on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. Click the link down in the description below right now. Now, not surprisingly, Elon Musk has been in some recent controversy, as of course he announced just a couple days ago that he is not going to be footing the bill for the Ukrainian Starlink that he has been providing out of his own pocket. This is, of course, after he propositioned a peace deal. Wasn't a perfect one, but it was good that he at least propositioned one, and he was told to F off by many senior Ukrainian government officials, and was even put on the kill list. That individuals who have been targeted and have been successfully assassinated have been also previously put on. Also, to make the situation worse for Elon Musk, he was also put under investigation by the federal government for his conduct with his acquisition of Twitter. And I think it's fair to say that there was a pressure campaign against Elon Musk, who, over the weekend, just yesterday, announced, quote, "The hell with it. Even though Starlink is losing money and other companies are getting billions of taxpayer money, we'll just keep funding Ukraine government for free." This as the United States also just announced that they're going to be spending another $725 million in weapons to Ukraine, just right after Elon Musk said that he wants the Pentagon to pay for Starlink and not him, and now he just, of course, announced that he's going to be funding the bill himself. This, as of course, a lot of the weaponry, a lot of the advanced technology is leading to a new digital age of conflict right now happening on the battlefield of Ukraine, which is represented with a larger proxy war between Russia and the United States with NATO. This, as of course, NATO is still set to do their nuclear war game, flying American B-52 bombers all throughout Europe, simulating potential nuclear attacks. This war game is planned for, of course, Monday, Russia also has their own war games that they're going to be conducting, and these war games will be conflicting, as of course this NATO war game that's called Steadfast Union will start Monday but will be running through the end of October. This, as again, we're hearing just some of the most atrocious, craziest statements from political leaders all throughout the world, with Russia specifically saying that there will be World War III if Ukraine is granted NATO membership, the United States and NATO saying that Russia will be annihilated, and in reality, with the advanced weaponry that both countries have, there's not going to be a winner. There's just going to be the end of the world, especially if there's a full all-out conflict between the two. This to me is stupid. It's absolutely nonsensical. France has announced that they're not going to partake in the end of the world, and for some reason they're being criticized about that. And this fear is real. And very interestingly, Leon Panetta, the former CIA director, came out and said through their analysis and intelligence that he's getting the probability of a nuclear bomb going off in Ukraine is about 20-25%. That's about the same percentage that I actually told you guys a couple days ago that I believe is also probable, which is a huge percentage. 1/4 probability of a full all-out nuclear war is absolutely insane and needs to be de-escalated and stopped immediately. And a lot of countries see this, as of course a lot of countries are telling their citizens to leave Ukraine. Poland just told their citizens to leave Belarus, which looks like it is planning to enter this conflict. And one of the most surprising announcements came from, of course, the Chinese government that officially told their citizens to evacuate the country of Ukraine. Does China know that something's going on here, that something bigger is planned here? Well, again, we don't know, but a lot of countries have been telling their citizens to leave Ukraine all throughout the last few months, as of course China is in a very precarious place here, as of course they have a lot of business ties to Ukraine, but geopolitically they are more aligned with Russia when it comes to, of course, going against the West, their chief rival, their chief competitor in the global hegemony game, which of course they want to, of course, overtake, but they have a lot of uphill battles themselves to deal with. This as the Chinese president came out and warned that he will use force to retake Taiwan, as he bragged during his 2-hour speech recently that he was able to successfully conquer Hong Kong, vowing, of course, unification with Taiwan, which could potentially open up another big global conflict on the world stage, which would represent a proxy between the East and the West. Look at this photo, by the way, of the high command of the Chinese government not having to wear masks, but everyone else behind them forced to do so. This, as of course, China is implementing a lot of the policies cheered on by, of course, individuals like Bill Gates, as he also advises this government on a lot of routine policies and decisions that, of course, do adversely shape and impact the world. Is China going to be opening up their own proxy war front? Are they going to be helping Russia? Or will they just sit back and, of course, try to escalate this conflict, which would be in their own personal benefit as a rise in power? Or will they try to de-escalate? What do you think? Let me know down in the comment section below. The geopolitical picture is very complicated, but also at the same time very chaotic and crazy at this current moment. Lots of things are moving very fast. Expect major escalations in Ukraine, because that's all that's happening. That's all that's being called for. That's all the politicians and media pundits are calling for, as of course the calls for de-escalation, the calls for peace, the calls for people coming to the table and just sitting and just talking hasn't started. And again, no truce, no peace deal is perfect. Both parties won't get everything that they ever wanted to, but at least we eliminate the possibility of nuclear annihilation, and we could potentially save humanity, which I think is worthwhile. If you don't think it's worthwhile, what are you doing, you crazy sociopath? Go kill some bunnies in the backyard. But I think the majority of people agree with that. And if you agree with that, you sharing this video is more imperative and important than ever. And because you do, I'm still here. If you do torture bunnies out in the backyard, if you are a person who disagrees with me, I don't mean to conflate the two. It's not fair to do so. But if you disagree with me, let me know why down in the comment section below. I always appreciate constructive criticism. I always appreciate the ability to be able to see things from a different perspective that is not mine. If you could help me provide that, if you could help me see things from an all-encompassing perspective, I appreciate it, and that's why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org. Don't nuke me, bro!